Hello YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, watch my other videos. So, the Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates even though inflation has been going down. So, it peaked at 9%, now it's at 7.1% inflation, right? And Federal Reserve is, I guess, obsessed in raising rates to keep lowering inflation. Although we have had lower oil prices and thus lower gas prices, right? And the markets crashed by a lot. So I think they're exceeding. They're going a bit too far with this thing, and that only gets me to think, well, it's part of a plan. It's just so obvious to me. I mean, they lower rates, people and companies get indebted, right? Once people and companies are indebted, according to all the metrics that the Federal Reserve has, because they have they have hundreds of researchers on different subjects. Once they find out the population is indebted, they raise rates, and those indebted people have to declare bankruptcy, right? And companies have to declare bankruptcy and so on. So it's a win-win situation for banks. It makes perfect sense, right? They get to eat the cake and keep it too, right? It's just so obvious to me at this point. It's just part of a game. Raising rates, lowering rates. When you look at the S&P 500 and the Dow and the Nasdaq, when the Federal Reserve lowers rates, markets go up. When the Fed raises rates, markets go down. So if you want to know what's probably the best predictor, or one of the best predictors of market direction, is just look at what the Federal Reserve is doing with rates, and you will know what to do with your money. It's a very simple it's a very simple indicator. and to add insult to injury, when the market peaked this cycle, there were I gotta look at the article, but there was, I believe, 2 Fed employees, or I'm not sure if they were higher ups. They sold everything they had at the very top, and it's obvious. It's like they already know these things. They plan these things. It's I think it's a part of, or a way that banks and or the Federal Reserve can end up controlling this country through rates, lowering, raising, raises, causing crashes, causing booms, causing crashes, causing booms. These cycles, these constant cycles, are what gives banks and or the Federal Reserve more power, more leverage over the population. They can buy businesses for cheap, stocks for cheap, land, property, real estate, and so on. They can buy everything on the cheap. Lower rates, have prices go back up, sell at the top, rinse and repeat, right? It's a way of how they can monopolize, I guess. Just like the game, Monopoly, same thing, except with the added feature of the rates. Because in Monopoly you don't have interest rates, right? But it's a much quicker process in real life when you add this thing we call interest rates, right? And it's crazy. Every time they raise rates, everything goes up. You know, if you have credit cards, they go up. And non-fixed rate loans, the variable loans, they go up, and so on. So they're just squeezing everyone. And I think they're going to keep raising rates until something breaks in the market, because that's what eventually happens. Until something breaks, meaning, you know, some large company goes bankrupt, and it creates a chain reaction, or something happens with the large bank, and then it creates a chain reaction, right? And just like 2008, same thing. That's just the way I see it. I've heard a lot about Peter Schiff, and I've heard from him for many years. How he talks about these subjects, but I think he's missing this blind spot that I'm speaking of right now, where this is planned. I truly believe that. And I don't think I've ever heard Peter Schiff say that or mention that this is a planned thing. This is part of an agenda, right? Anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, watch my other videos. Have a nice one.